Hi guys, Chris here with another video. In this video I'm going to show you how we can send data from one view controller to another one. In my example I'm going to send a string value and an image, but you can of course send whatever the data you want. This method is universal for all the data, so if you want to send integers, formulas, stuff like that, you can do that also. So let's just get started. Here we have Xcode. I'll create a new project. We will just create a single view application and call it ViewController 2. Now I will just resize it a little bit, the window, and I will go to the storyboard. And as we can see here, we have a view controller, but to be able to pass data between two view controllers, we will have to add another one. And I will just put it right here. I will be sending a string from this view controller 1 to view controller 2. So I will start off by creating or adding a button to the controller 1 here, and then a text field. And to this view I will add a label, and that's it. I will then control click and drag from the button here and create a action segue, which will just display this view when we hit the button. So we will now have to create a class for our new view controller. Of course we have this standard view controller class over here, and we will be using that for this one, but we will have to create one for our view controller which we just created. So I will hit File, New, and File again. In here I will select Cocoa Touch class, and we will just call the class ViewController 2 and create. So now we have our class here. I will go back into the storyboard, hit the view controller, and go into the identity inspector and declare the class to be ViewController 2, just like that. So now if I hit this view controller and open up my assistant editor, we will have this nice view where we have the code on the right side and our storyboard at the left side. So I will start off by just control click and dragging, whoops, we have some beta value here, control click and dragging the label over here and just call it a label. This is just an outlet which we use. I will then create a variable called label text, which will be the variable where we store our data in, and it will be a string value. So in our view did load, I will say label.text equals label text, which will hold the data. That's pretty much it for this view controller. I will now click on view controller 1 and the assistant editor will change. Up here we will control click and drag the text field and create a outlet called text field, just like that. So to be able to send data from one view controller to another, we will make use of the override function called prepare for segue. So what this function does is that it just prepares the data which you want to send, and then it sends it on your command. You will define which view controller you will send the data to here, and that is what we are going to do now. I will create a let called destination view controller, and it will be to ViewController 2, and it will be equal to a segue to the destination as ViewController2. Now we have created the destination variable here. So what I will do next is that I will say destination controller dot label text equals text field dot text. So now we are saying that whatever comes in here, we want to display it here on the label text variable which we just created. So if we compile and run the application now, we will see the button and the text field. I'll just write hello world in here and press the button. As we can see, we get to our ViewController 2 and the data gets passed along with us, and we can see the data over here. So this works successfully and we are really happy. But in this case we are only sending a string back and forth. You can of course use this to use this method, prepare for segue, to send a lot of different kind of data, and I will show you guys in quick example. If we want to send an image, I will drag a image view over here, and I will also drag a image view to our ViewController 1 or 2 actually, sorry. And we will need a image to send. So I will take a logo which I have on my desktop here called color and drag it into our assets folder, just like that. So if we go into ViewController 2 here, whoops, I will just close this one down. If we go into ViewController 2, we will have to actually, I will go to my storyboard and open the assistant editor, because then we can control click and drag the image. And this sometimes happens where it doesn't find the ViewController. Then you will go into manual and just find it manually. So here we have it, and control click and drag the image and create a outlet called image. I will then create a new variable called get image, and it will be a UI image. And in the view did load, I will say image dot image equals get image. So that's it for this controller. I will go into our ViewController 1 and in here I will say destination ViewController dot get image equals UI image, and we will need a name for this, and we already added this image and it was called color. So now we are actually doing pretty much the same as with the string value. I will just need to add the image here, and then we will be good to go. So if I close this down, as you can see, we have the image defined here, but we have no image in ViewController 2. If we compile and run the application now, and say hello world again and press the button, we will see that both the string value and the picture will be sent from ViewController 1 to ViewController 2. So you can also do this with other variables like strings and integers and forms and stuff like that, formulas, and I just think you should try it out yourself and you will get the hang of it really quickly. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, then hit the like button below. If you like small video content like this, then hit the subscribe button below, because I upload videos all week, every week. That's a lie, but I upload a lot, 2 times a week maybe. And if you want to stay tuned, then hit the subscribe button, guys. I will see you next time. Bye bye.